G'day guys, welcome to Friday. It's Jimmy Trades here to have a look at today's pre-market analysis. It's been a bit of a crazy day here, been flat out, so coming to you a little bit later today. So I apologize for that, but we'll try and get through this as quickly as we can. We'll do a recap of yesterday's New York Open NQ trade that I took. And we'll just quickly run over some assets. We'll wrap up the week. So let's go and have a look over at the calendar. No news today. Quiet day on the news front. So we could still look for positions. We don't need to have a news event, but we will be looking for that volatility injection come New York Open at 9:30. So it's usually a good idea to then wait until the 9:30 Open and then start seeking a position. All right, let's jump over to the charts. Starting on NQ. And the first thing we'll notice is on Wednesday, we took all-time highs. Yesterday, I had a neutral bias. We're at all-time highs. We had closure above the swing high here. There was an SMT with ES as well, but I just didn't feel that there was enough information for me to give a clear and definitive bias. So I was happy to be neutral. And then that gives me the flexibility to enter the market in either direction that, I see we might be moving towards. And I use signatures in price from the hourly chart to determine that. So looking at price today, I think we're going to probably go for highs again here. You can see that we came down yesterday and we respected this 50% of this up close candle here. So we tried, we couldn't move through. We've essentially used, this level, these opposing candles here as support, okay? And we've been able to then see price has gapped up quite considerably here coming into the new day on Friday. Let's go over to the hourly. So I've got some markings from yesterday, so I just wanted to have a look at those. A couple of areas I was looking at. So first of all, we had price rolling over. Okay, so the first thing was that I was looking at this as a potential change in the state of delivery, but we didn't have displacement through. Okay. So I want to see displacement through this leg if we're going to see it as a change in the state of delivery. So this was definitely an area of interest. We were respecting these up close candles as price moved lower here. And essentially we continued to do so. Even this up close candle here is respected. All right. We can see that if we run our standard deviations from this failure swing here, price actually did reach down into the -2 to 2.5 region here. All right, so we can mark that out. That's always our target area. And we can see price did in fact reach there. It was also 50% of this dealing range, okay? So we reached down into a discount. And what happened? Price reacted to this level, excuse me. And we see that we had quite a gap. So if you think about it, price closed here. And then when we opened again, price opened back up here. So 90 points. That's what the gap is. Huge gap. So we still have room to move lower here. Do I think we'll reach these highs? I do. We're starting to move with displacement here. You could actually look at this, you know, if you say ignored this side of the chart, you know, we really have this formation here is essentially a continuation unicorn. So we have FEG aligned. So I'd be anticipating price to reach new all-time highs today. So let's drop down to the 5 minute and we'll have a quick look at this trade that I executed yesterday. And you look at that gap, you can see the gap here. So it's been partially filled, the gap, but we've still got a ways to go. Okay, so around 8:30 is when I start hunting. Okay, so we had news, and that's what these, I'm just going to get rid of this line here. That I've marked that line there because it's low resistance liquidity. So we have, this is 8:30 news. Okay, so we've got a data high here, this wick. Price then chopped around. It wasn't until 10 o'clock that price finally made some sort of move, and we got some displacement here. Now, you know, I guess there could be arguments. Is this the right breaker? You know, it's the breaker I used, put it that way. Is it the right one? Well, possibly this one here. It still is a unicorn with the gap aligned. And you still would have been able to secure, you know, with a tight stop 2R. Okay, so it didn't really matter too much. It's just with the chop, I decided to use the lower entry here. This also, there we go. I didn't worry about using this candle. I just used this one here. Okay. So this was the position I took. I can't show you the executions because they're on prop accounts, but I can show you a screenshot of the trade. So this is the trade here. Now, you'll notice that I got in on this candle. Okay, and let's go and have a look. How did I get in on that candle? Well, I didn't market order in. I did use a limit order. But what I tend to do with my trading these days is I'll front run the breaker ever so slightly. So I usually run a point. So a point being 4 ticks or thereabouts. This was 4 ticks. Now, I got filled on all my accounts, on all my funded accounts on this trade here, but in my Top Step X account, those funded accounts didn't get a fill. So I had exactly the same position and I got wicked onto my order, but it didn't actually fill the order. So unfortunately, I didn't get to execute the trade on my Top Step accounts. Now, then I decided to target 2R, okay? It was just above these data highs and we had these equal highs here. So I really liked that position. I was happy to just run with a 2R on this trade. Even though we had low resistance liquidity, I was also mindful of the fact that ES was also running these data highs. And I don't know if it actually did take the highs by a tick or two. So it did take the highs by a tick or two. So that was sort of why I was also interested in just targeting this. So I was happy enough to get out at 2R. And overall, you know, I was really happy with that trade. It's not the cleanest, obviously, with all this chop, which made, you know, a little bit of indecision there, but I had conviction and I liked the formation that we saw here as well. All right, so today we are saying bullish on NQ. Let's jump over to ES. Also a great time to remind everyone, I'm aiming to get to 1,000 subs before Christmas. The incentive to help me get there is I can run a My Funded Futures competition or a giveaway once I reach those 1,000 subs. So I can do a 250k starter account giveaway once I reach that target. But I need your help, guys. I need your help to get there. So please push the channel far and wide. Friends, family, anyone you can to get to sub, so you guys also get the opportunity to have a crack at winning one of these starter accounts. All right, let's have a look here. And I should also mention, of course, if you're grabbing any My Funded Futures accounts, to use code Jimmy. You will get the best deal using the ACH or played purchase option. You'll get the best possible discount. All right. Yes, still a little bit indecisive for me, and it has been lagging behind NQ somewhat. Even today, we haven't really seen, I guess, the same sort of movement as NQ. If we're going to run higher, I'll be looking for this level to be taken. We're still inside previous day's range, and in fact, so is Thursday. Thursday's candle is still inside the range of Wednesday's. All right. What did we do with NQ? Yeah, so NQ also remained inside of Wednesday's range. It looks like we are going to target those highs. So if ES is lagging behind, we might not even see these highs taken on ES. If NQ does set all-time highs, new all-time highs, then we may start to see price react and roll over. So with that said, I'm going to actually remain neutral on ES. Let's go and see what the hourly has for us. So that was the data high that put in the equal highs here, and we can see that got taken by just 1 or 2 ticks. You can also see these up close candles, how price respected this level. We just, every time we came up here, we reacted, and we could not close through that level. So again, that'll be something to look for here. What we do have is price came down into this discounted bullish FEG, and we are getting a change in the state of delivery here. So I'll be looking at this level here. We have displacement in this leg as well. Could be a breakaway gap forming here. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for to see if price respects this level. All right. If price can continue through, break through this level here and get a close above, then we might see something like this happen. Okay. But until that happens and we get that indication, I'll sit neutral for ES. Okay, let's jump over to oil. We had a bearish bias yesterday, and price did in fact run lower. The reason we had that bearish bias was because we had already swept previous day high and this swing high here. Price did though in fact respect the range, the 50% level of the previous day's range, and we are getting quite a strong move currently. So we might even see price move up to the highs here. Let's duck down to the hourly and see what the hourly has for us. Okay, so we've got balanced price range. And look how prices just continue to respect this level. We had a hourly change in the state of delivery, bearish, which has now been mitigated or disrespected. And I would now be looking at this level here to be a bullish change in the state of delivery. The first moment in time, we get a change in trend. We have a breakaway gap here as well. So definitely looking like we might head towards these highs. So let's run bullish. Okay. Let's just run through a couple more so we can wrap it up. Let's have a look at Euro futures. There we go. So Euro futures continued to move lower yesterday. So we had the bias correct there. And we've now swept. Let's clear that up a little bit. Okay. Swept the low here. We've also swept previous day low. And it looks like we're going to get a bit of a run higher here. So we'll run for a bullish bias today. There's a lot of low resistance liquidity through here. I fully expect if price is going to run higher that we start to build some market structure. Okay. We're not just going to shoot straight up, or highly unlikely that would shoot straight up and take all this. We look at gold. We were bearish yesterday on gold. Looks like we got that bias nailed. We've now had a strong closure here. So we've got a very strong closure inside the previous day's range. We swept the high. And now also looks like we're mitigating this bullish FEG here as well. We're displacing lower here. So I'm going to look for gold to continue to move lower today. Dixie. Okay, so Dixie, we didn't get that move. So we had the bias wrong. It looks like price is in fact going to respect this bullish breaker. We've got the close through. So I'll be looking for is, does price respect? So let's target the high here. So bullish for Dixie. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there today. Appreciate all your support. I hope you've had a fantastic week. It has been a great week. Lots of learning, some profit on the week, which is great. It's always good to walk into the weekend like that. You know, obviously now it's a decision of, do we trade today? You know, we want to protect our profits as well. If I trade today, it will only be on my Top Step X account on account of the fact that I didn't execute on that account yesterday, or those accounts. So I won't be trading my other funded accounts today, my funded futures or Apex accounts. Also, while I mentioned Apex, we have 80% off Apex right now. So again, code Jimmy will get you 80% off until the 17th of December. So grab those evals, great opportunity, and it's reoccurring, so you'll get 80% off for as long as you're on evals for, and it's $125 now to move to a funded account. So that has increased from 85. It's now 125. So code Jimmy for your Apex accounts at 80% off. Okay, guys, you go ahead and have a great weekend. Let us know in the comments what you're up to. I will be, what am I up to? I'll just be hanging out with my boy. Got a bit of stuff to do around the house. So nothing too exciting. But you know, we're not that far away from Christmas now either, so there's always going to be something to do. Wrapping presents, I think, is one of them. So yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Thank you for a great week. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Please push the channel far and wide. Let's get to that 1,000 subs before Christmas. We have time. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.